Hi, I'm not Neil Keenan, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the United States and anywhere else that it was celebrated on Thursday, and happy Black Friday to everybody. I hope that you are all enjoying yourselves with your families and friends and watching football and Macy's parades, and I hope you're all spending a lot of money on Black Friday shopping because, well, you might as well enjoy the last 30 days of your life because the cabal intel that's been rolling in, as well as the deep state intel that's been rolling in, is they're pushing the trigger sometime between Christmas and New Year's around the world. Not just in Europe, not just in Africa, not just in Canada or the United States, all around the world. So, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed the last 30 days with your family. And I phrase it this way simply because it has become pathetic that Neil... he needs assistance and he has to ask for it. Given everything that he's done over the last 14 years that he has cataloged, all the evidence, we've got contracts, we've got a shirt behind me that was marked by gin, we've got thunder sticks, power sticks, transfer sticks, we've got all of the essential oils, we've got this contract signed by 29 elders and the Sultan. And by the way, they're calling him. They're calling him right now. And they're saying, where are you? We need you here now. Why do they need him here now? Because somebody's pushing the fucking button on the first of the year to wipe out 90% of you. It is absolutely mind-numbingly stupid that he has to ask. And those of you that don't have any money and haven't been able to support and send your prayers and your thoughts, he's been fighting for you, specifically, the enslaved, the people that are living the worst lives through the lies that have accumulated since the beginning of recorded history. Shoved down your throat. And what has he done? Well, let's take a look at a couple of them. My notes here. Charleston, South Carolina. Still waiting for an official thank you for saving 26 million people and another 110 million people on the eastern seaboard, all the way up to New York City. He caught them moving all of the financial records, all of the internet infrastructure, all the banking was being moved to Stamford, Connecticut, because that was going to be above the tidal wave that was going to come as a result of nuclear weapons going off in the harbor in Charleston, South Carolina, and working its way up. 2 signed out nuclear missiles loaded onto a plane on an executive order by that great faggot Obama, who just finished building with Brandon, a brand new nuclear-proof bunker underneath the West Lawn at the White House, where they took themselves and their families, and the night that it was supposed to go down, they hunkered in and they planned on no communication and not coming out for 3 days. In the meantime, Neil Keenan received military intel and agency intel that this was going down, and he contacted the necessary authorities in order to be able to prevent it. Now think about that. Okay? How many lives did he save there? How many lives has he been saving since he announced before the Easter Bunny disease called COVID, okay, that all of this was owned and patented by a small group out of England called Purebright that was controlled by the Queen, Bill Gates, and Fauci. It was engineered as SARS in 2013. Okay, and a simple, cost-effective treatment of either hydroxychloroquine and zinc or ivermectin would save your life, and that you didn't need vaccines. And now, as of yesterday morning, the worldwide total of people that have died unnecessarily from receiving vaccines is 17 million people. And it's going up over 400,000 a day around the world. This is documented on publicly available information. Who told you about it? Neil Keenan did. Where's the thanks? Where's the support at the moment that he needs to be there now? Because there's no one else that's going to stand up to them and can stop it. There's no one else that has a plan to how to work out the system after he forces the changes that are necessary to take all of the fake money that they are using, okay, and all of the gold that they have stolen away from them. No one else has a plan. But you look at the growth of gold reserves in certain fairly knowledgeable countries like Russia, China, okay, India, and you look at the fact that they're ready to flip the switch and go with gold-backed currencies. That kind of tells you where the future's going. Neil has access to all the gold, more gold than you could possibly imagine in the bunkers. He was working right now on a plan on how to begin to pull it out, platform it, monetize it, lease it, to be able to sustain and transition the existing system to a new system. And that new system is based on hard asset backing. This is why he was chosen. He has the fight. He has the ability to stand up because he's got balls, okay? But he also has a plan. And incredibly spiritually and intellectually brilliant people signed this contract. Okay? He loves working with the elders. He loves talking to the Sultan. He admires the work that they have done and committed to doing for all of humanity since they were born. And they represent a bloodline that has been doing it for a long, long time. But here we sit. So, while you're choking down your leftovers from yesterday and crowing about all of the great crap that you bought at whatever store on Black Friday, think about this. Enjoy the hell out of it for the next 25, 30 days, because you're not going to be here afterwards unless we get him there now. And now isn't fast enough. I got a couple other notes for you here to think about, things to chew on. The people that Neil wanted to help the most was the common individual person, right? So he was offering them the ability to join forces to purchase things like his Federal Reserve notes that are gold backed by the U.S. Treasury. And they're real. And not only are they real, not one credible agency, not one financial institution that can actually deal with it has ever said anything other than they can't do anything with it. But they are real. And we know a great deal about this because we've been asking the right questions to the right people. He wanted the average person to be able to participate. We've been speaking to the wrong audience. That is the truth. So those of you that are out there that have the means to host corporate gatherings on your credit card and have these big festivities and big parties and, you know, spend money galore, why don't you pick up the phone and call Neil? Think of it as an insurance policy. Think of it as a lottery ticket. You won't even miss the minimal amount of money that is necessary to secure him in Indonesia so that he can actually fight the fight. Because the war is already on. You don't know it, some of you, but it is on. We know it. We live it every day. And this man's fighting alone, or near alone, with very little. Uphill all the way. Now, here's Neil's Dear Santa list. Hi, I'm Neil Francis Keenan, and I am now in Indonesia. That's it. That's his Santa list. He can do the rest from there. He's got a team of people that are waiting for him there. He's got the elders. He's got the Sultan. These people are going to give him the support and the guidance now when he's there. He doesn't need big grandiose things before he gets there. He just needs to get there. But you've been silent and you haven't done anything till now. And I got a feeling that for most of you that are watching this, it's like water washing over a rock. And it comes to the question of why the hell is Neil even saving you? And you have to ask that. Why are you holding on to your worthless assets? Because if they're rendered in dollars, they're worthless. If any of the fiat currencies, they're worthless. They're nothing. There's no legacy to leave it to because 90% of the population are going to be dead. So, what are you waiting for? Wouldn't it be nice to actually be able to have a legacy to tell your children that you were a hero and stepped up and did something? I hope you did have a beautiful Thanksgiving and that you truly did give thanks. But who did you give thanks to and for what? Now's the time for the giving part. Pick up the phone, call him. Email him, message him. He'll take your call. He's taking a lot of calls from Asia. He's not taking a lot of calls from America, Canada, or the Western world anymore because it's a waste of time, and it has been a waste of time for 13 years. Everybody's standing there like he is Santa Claus, and he's got this endless bag of goodies that he's going to hand them. It doesn't work that way. First, we have to win the war. First, we have to get Neil in place, and then win the war. Then we'll talk about a whole slew of other things that are going to put a lot of people to work and unfuck a lot of things that have been done to you. Like the chemtrails. You feeling pretty rough, feeling older than you should. Suddenly one day you're not healthy and you've been healthy, lived a healthy life, thought you've eaten the right things. Guess what? It's all the chemtrails. Who told you about those chemtrails? Who told you what was in those chemtrails? Do something. Have a great evening.